In a new Substack piece, investigative journalist Li Fong breaks down how the FBI reportedly assists Ukrainian intelligence in hunting disinformation on social media platforms.
According to a senior Ukrainian official who, quote, corresponds regularly with the FBI pressures Facebook to take down alleged Russian disinformation ordered by Ukrainian intelligence. Li Fong reports. Fong says the official defined disinformation as any news that contradicts the Ukrainian government's message. Joining us now to tell us more is investigative independent journalist Li Fong. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So what's going on now? Is the Ukrainian government now the arbiter of truth?
Look, we don't know the extent to this partnership. And, I had an extended interview with this security official from Ukraine who kind of divulged some of these details, but, he declined to talk about which forms of content. And this Ukrainian intelligence official, security official, explained that, they see disinfo, Russian disinfo very broadly. They define it as really any news, even if it's real news that runs counter to their government's narrative.
How do you take this when it comes to freedom of information? How do we hold our representatives accountable when it comes to foreign policy when the information is treated so intensely like this and there's so much precaution given to what people can even see?
Look, we're over a year of this war in Russia, Ukraine, and we're not seeing a lot of independent journalism, a lot of dissenting voices. There's a very kind of aggressive bandwagon effect that's kind of, the emotions are very high, the danger level is very high, but most people are receiving their news from Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms, and it's very dangerous that the government is shaping what we can see in terms of that news content. If they're using, concerns around war, around foreign influence to censor or block or throttle independent dissenting voices, it's very difficult for a democracy, for a country like this, to come to an informed, to have an informed debate around what should the U.S. role be, what should our strategy be, what are our policymakers doing in terms of major decisions around this war. So, for any major conflict, whether you're talking about conflicts in the past, on the Vietnam War to the Iraq War in Afghanistan, we've seen efforts by the government to shape public opinion, to kind of corral the news media, to kind of get on board with the government message. And I think this conflict is actually very similar. We're seeing a lot of the news filtered through just a few social media platforms. So we have to be vigilant about the role of the government in shaping the news that we see.